Hi students, this is Suchya SST teacher, and now I am going to teach you the 5th chapter of Geography class 7th, and the name of the chapter is Water. Water is such a common thing that if I say the word water, there are many visions, there are many things which come to your mind. The water flowing from the tap, the rainwater, and some river that you've seen. So there are a lot of things that you start visualizing once I use the word water. So we are going to look into the various aspects, forms of water. If I talk of water, first of all we'll try and understand about the forms of water. You see, when the sun heat takes place, that is when the sun becomes very hot, then water evaporates, and this leads to the evaporation of the water, and slowly when it cools down, the water vapor, it starts the condensation, and the condensation leads to clouds, and thus comes the rainfall in various forms. It could be water, it could be snow or sleet. We are once again going to understand the forms of water. When the sun heats, leading to evaporation, that is water vapor is being formed. This water vapor, when it cools, it leads to condensation. The condensation leads to the formation of clouds, and the clouds, when they pour in the form of rainfall, snow or sleet. Those are the various forms of water which are there in the nature. Now let's talk about the water cycle. Water cycle is in fact all the water which circulates in various shapes in the oceans, and the atmosphere and the land is called as water cycle. What is it? The same water which is changing its shape and also circulating continuously in the ocean, in the atmosphere or in the land is called as water cycle. Some people also say that the water on earth is like a terrarium. That is to say that for centuries and centuries the same water keeps on flowing, and its form changes and it keeps changing in the form of water cycle. You should not be amazed when I say that the Amazon river could be containing the same water which was there in the fields of Haryana. So it's the same water which keeps on changing from one place to another, not only in the form of water cycle but also in its various forms. Well, now what are the various sources of water? The various sources of water are many, like the rivers, the ponds, the glaciers, the springs and so on. But some water is very salty, like the water of oceans and the seas, which is not at all fit for drinking. And the salt which is dissolved in this water is the common salt, the sodium chloride that we use as our table salt. So these were the forms of water, the water cycle, the earth as a terrarium and the sources of water.